Welcome to today's explainer. Right now, across small and medium businesses everywhere, there is just this absolute chaotic frenzy taking place. Business owners and leaders are literally drowning in a sea of software subscriptions, rushing out to buy the latest AI tools out of sheer fear of missing out. It's overwhelming, it's incredibly expensive, and honestly, it's entirely the wrong starting point. So today, we are going to completely flip the script on how you approach artificial intelligence in your business. Okay, let's dive into this. The truth is, your business probably doesn't have an AI problem at all. It has a readiness problem. And that distinction is absolutely crucial. We spend so much time obsessing over which shiny new tool to buy that we totally forget to ask if our business is actually in a position to use it safely and effectively. Readiness is the actual strategy. The tools, well, those come much later. We really need to recognize a crucial difference here. On one side, we have AI accumulation. This is that anxiety-inducing trap of piling on endless subscriptions, just hoping one of them magically transforms your workflow. Honestly, it's exhausting. But on the other side, we have true AI adoption. This brings strategic calm. It's about building your internal capabilities and fixing your foundational data and processes first. We have to ensure that readiness precedes the tools, or we're basically just building a house on sand. To show you just how widespread this issue is, take a look at this staggering number. A massive survey of over 1,400 senior finance and accounting leaders by the AICPA and SEMA revealed something fascinating. While 88% of these leaders expect AI to be the most transformative technology trend over the next 2 years, only a tiny 8% actually feel well prepared for it. I mean, that is a massive readiness gap staring us right in the face. Moving into Section 1, the audit anxiety, the invisible risks of poor governance. Because simply having AI isn't enough. You have to defend it. Picture this. You're sitting in a board meeting and boom, they hit you with the first question. What AI does the business use and who exactly owns it? If you have staff using public tools without a unified policy, you literally won't be able to answer this. Right after that, your clients are on the phone. They are going to demand to know what data of ours does your AI touch and how exactly is it protected? If you haven't mapped out your data flows before buying that shiny new tool, client trust evaporates in seconds. Then you're trying to renew your insurance. The underwriter looks at you and asks, what governance and controls sit around your AI use? If you lack strict access and retention policies, well, good luck getting a favorable premium, or even getting a policy at all. Now imagine you're landing a massive enterprise contract. During due diligence, they don't just want your word, they want hard, documented proof. They'll ask, can you evidence these controls? Actually, let me be clear. Excitement about a new tool definitely doesn't count as evidence. Finally, if you ever go to sell your business, a buyer will dig into your operations and ask, what actual measurable value is this AI creating versus the risk it carries? This whole rapid-fire sequence of questions proves exactly why jumping straight to the checkout page for a new AI tool without a foundation of governance is a massive liability. Section 2, the zero-click era, the new visibility problem. Let's shift gears for a second because there is another huge risk on the horizon, especially for professional advisors. By 2026, it's projected that over 60% of web searches will end without a single click. We call this the trust gap. You might have 20 years of legacy expertise, but if that expertise isn't machine verifiable by trusted digital institutions like authoritative databases, AI models simply won't recommend you. To the buyers of tomorrow, you will literally be invisible. This brings us to Section 3, fixing the fundamentals, the antidote to tool buying panic. So, how do we solve this chaos? We have to move toward a structured framework, and this brilliantly illustrates the point. Think of a PGA golf instructor. They will tell you straight up that nobody ever improves their golf game simply by going out and buying a more expensive driver. You have to drill the fundamentals first, your grip, your stance, your swing. AI adoption is the exact same discipline. You cannot buy your way to a better business with more software. You must fix your fundamental data and processes first. To do that, we look at the 8 dimensions of AI readiness from the AI Ready Score diagnostic. Trying to measure your readiness with just one single metric is a trap. You need to assess all of these. Are your core systems integrated? Is your team culturally ready for this? Is your data actually clean enough for an AI to even read it? Do you have the governance and budget in place? Before you adopt any new technology, you absolutely need to know exactly where you stand across every single one of these 8 dimensions. Section 4, the 90-day roadmap, from baseline to scaled adoption. So how do you actually implement this without completely disrupting your whole business? Well, you take a 90-day chronological journey to prove you can use AI responsibly. In the first 30 days, you aren't looking at vendor demos, you're establishing your baseline, fixing your data hygiene, and documenting who owns what process. In days 31 to 60, you run one narrow, controlled pilot. And this is key. It must have an explicit human boundary, meaning an AI's output never becomes a final client action without a real human reviewing it. Finally, in days 61 to 90, you review the hard evidence. Did it actually save time? Did the controls work? Then, and only then, do you decide to scale, revise, or stop. When you're choosing that pilot, beware of the vanity metric trap. Seriously, what is the most overrated AI use case right now? It's content volume automation, generating thousands of generic blog words and social posts that absolutely nobody is actually reading. Sure, it looks incredibly busy on a dashboard, but it does absolutely nothing for your bottom line. What's underrated? Decision support that actually changes your profit and loss statement. Focus your pilots on solving real business bottlenecks, not just producing digital noise. Which leads us to Section 5. 5 questions before you buy, the 30-second approval test. As you navigate this roadmap, you need strict, practical guardrails. This stops your team from slipping right back into that old, bad habit of accumulating tools. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that most software vendors simply can't answer these 5 critical questions. Before you or anyone on your team approves another tool, ask, where does the data go? Who owns the output when the AI inevitably makes a mistake? What are the retention controls? How often are we reviewing its performance? And ultimately, whose neck is on the line for it? If you can't answer these, put the credit card away. Finally, Section 6, the connected workflow, a system for disciplined adoption. We've covered a lot of ground today, so let's bring this entire strategy together into a repeatable, memorable methodology. This is what gives business owners a true sense of control and relief. It all comes down to a simple, disciplined rhythm. 1. Assess. Establish your baseline across those 8 dimensions without any ego. 2. Prepare. Set up your governance, your human boundaries, and your success metrics. 3. Act. Run your pilot with hard evidence, not just blind optimism. Assess, prepare, act. It is the absolute antidote to the chaos. I want to leave you with this final provocative question to think about today. Look back at your own operations. Which of the 8 dimensions, whether it's data infrastructure, team culture, or governance, is actually holding your business back the most right now? Identify your real starting point, fix your fundamentals, and whatever you do, please stop rushing out to buy another subscription until you are truly ready. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.